Hello everyone. Today in this video I'm going to explain you what is teacher's diary and how you can make it. A teacher's diary is used as developmental tool. They are very useful for planning future activities, what are the topics to be taught in the class, what methods you are going to use while conducting the classes, what would be students' response, etc. etc. Besides these, teacher's diary is also useful to watch the progress of both the teachers and the learners. The mentor or the supervisor who monitors all the activities, at the last he or she is going to provide the feedback, overall feedback of the teaching learning process. In the upcoming slide, an example is shown to you for recording per day's activity in the teacher's diary. Here it goes. First page is details about the school. Here we are going to write all the details of the school where we have been given the internship. First point is name of the school where you are doing the internship. It's DAV plus 2 high school. This was a school where I have done my internship. So I'll write DAV plus 2 high school, Pathar. Now the second point is the address of the school. Write the address of your school. Mohan Bazar, Pathar. This school is in Dhanbad in state Jharkhand. So I'll write Mohan Bazar, Pathar, Jharkhand. See, you have to write the pin code also. In address, you please mention the pin code of the school. Third point is phone number. Give the phone number of the school or any other contact number you have. Fourth point is email ID of the school. In class, you have to write up to which class you take your internship class. I took my internship class from classes standard 7 to standard 10. Next is the principal of the school. Let it be XYZ. You write the principal's name here. Number of teaching staffs. How many teaching staffs are present in the school? Next is number of non-teaching staffs. See, besides teachers, there are other people like peon, gardener, etc. You're going to mention the number of non-teaching staffs. Timing of the school was 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. This will vary. Duration of the stay in the school from 7 to 1 p.m. it is 6 hours. So I'm going to write 6 hours. Last is the name and signature of the mentor. Next page is the first day description. This can be the second day description, third day description. Okay, this I am making for the first day. Mention the date and day. Ten 5/2022 and the day is Monday. See the first point, participated in school prayer. Whether you are present in the school assembly or not. If present, write yes. Next point is thought of the day. What was the thought given during the school assembly? Write it here. Thought of the day should be some motivational thought. Here I am writing, a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. This can be anything. Honesty is the best policy, anything. Depends on what thought was given during the school assembly. Students' attendance. In the class, how many students were present? This is just a rough number I am giving 36. Number of students absent 4. Description of the lesson taught. Which class you are teaching? Standard 9. Section A. Subject. Which subject you are teaching? Maths, physics, chemistry, science, Hindi. I am a physics student, so I am writing here physics. I take physics class. Topic is motion. Next is main teaching points of the lesson. In motion, what are the things that you are going to teach? First is the introduction. You will start with the introduction of the motion. What is introduction? Next teaching point could be types of motion. How many types of motion are there? Teaching points can be what are the causes of motion, anything. Here I have explained them, the first the introduction part of the motion, then types of motion, that is translatory motion. Second is rotational motion. You can add more teaching points. Rotational motion. Third is vibrational motion. Or vibratory motion. Next is teaching objectives. See, while teaching, what you expect students to gain after the completion of the chapter. So, right, students will be able to know about motion, differentiate motion, anything you can write. Students will be able to understand the causes of motion. At the end of the lessons, what are you expecting your students to gain after the classes are over? Students will be able to understand the causes of motion. Next is students will be able to differentiate between different types of motion with examples. So I'm writing here students will be able to differentiate between different types of motion with examples. The next point is teaching materials used. What are the materials that you are going to use while conducting the classes? Teaching materials used, or this can be teaching aids used. First is blackboard. We are going to use the blackboard. Then chalk, duster. See, if you are using a chart paper, you can mention here chart paper also. Evaluation process. After the classes are over, how are you going to evaluate that students have understood or not? What will be your evaluation procedure? Here question answer method, like randomly you are going to pick up students from different corners of the classroom and ask questions related to the topic which you have taught today. So evaluation process can be question answer method or assignment method. Suppose you divide the students in group, give them assignments related to the topic and see what are the response of the students, etc. After evaluation process, homework. What homework are you going to give to the students? Today I have taught motion, types of motion. So I'll give homework. State the different types of motions with examples. State the different types of motion. Today we have learned about three types of motion: rotatory motion, translatory and vibratory motion. With examples, they are going to write it as a homework. Description of the cultural activities. This statement tells us that if any activities was going on in the class, in the school during that time, suppose Independence Day celebration or Gandhi Jayanti celebration, that time there were no activities going on, so I have written no. In other gained experience, what were your experience while taking the class? Few were slow learners, they were not able to get the thing what was being taught in the class. You can write anything, like some students were disturbing the class. What experience you gained while conducting the classes? So here I am writing few students were very slow learners. Last comes the feedback of the mentor. During the whole teaching learning process, the mentor is going to evaluate or monitor you what were the demerits or merits of yours while conducting the classroom. Suppose here it can be whether you were audible in the class or not, how was your communication skills, whether you were properly interacting with the students or not, anything. Feedback of the mentor is going to give the feedback on your teaching process. Communication skills were good, whether you were audible to all the students present in the class or not, how well you were able to use the teaching learning materials, etc. Whether you were properly utilizing the blackboard or not with proper diagrams. The feedbacks are given by the mentor. Last comes the signature of the mentor.